Hello, hello, welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika. Here at Leap Taken, I talk about all things witchy, craft-related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And now we are doing a craft project. I love doing craft projects. I love showing this. I love that I never know how it's going to quite end up. And I love that I'm filming myself doing it. This was purchased from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you can see, it's only $3.99. It was something I saw and I was like, okay, I had a great idea for, actually, that's not true. I went there to go buy something totally different. I was going to buy the equivalent of like a little mini birdhouse so that I could set up this little fairy door. And I was thinking, well, I really don't want to do a whole house. I really just kind of want to focus on a fairy door. And it's like the invitation for the fairy, to invite them in to my space. And this is sort of a door, a space for them. And this is like, this will become basically a portal, basically for them to metaphorically or metaphysically come into my space. So anyway, hopefully I'm making sense how I'm saying this, but we're gonna get into the painting of it. So first, these are the colors I'm using. This is Viridian. It's a pretty green, magenta. I have sky blue, a metallic black, and I have fresh pavement. This is like a really nice black for some trim. And then I just have titanium white that I'm going to be using. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. Oh, by the way, the house is magenta. Let's just start there. The house is going to be magenta. And I am going to cheat a little bit and just, put it directly on here because this is going to just pretty much take it. I mean, this is a pretty simple job, but I'm going to kind of talk through my rationale as I do it. I love this color, by the way. So basically, why am I doing this? It's because, I've hemmed and hawed about working with specific Fae energy for some time now, and I'm tired of hemming and hawing, and I am more active about it. I'm a woman who's going through a lot of different things in her life, and I would like them to lend their energy at this stage of my life and where I'm at. So that's what I'm doing, and it feels right. I feel like this is the time for me to do this. So I am taking said leap. Yup, I said it, leap. So I will come back and say leap taken. That's what, if you didn't know, that's what the channel's about. That's what it's all about, taking leaps. I've taken quite a few big moves, big decisions over the years, and this is I know this is going to be a big one, and I know this is going to be kind of letting this energy in is going to be beneficial to me. It's something I will have to nurture, and it's very real, and it is what it is. First of all, is that not gorgeous? I think we're going to do another coat though. Just a little more paint. I'm just going to use up this whole tube. By the way, I get these paints from Michael's, yeah. And since the artist bug has sort of bit me, I've been doing a lot of this stuff. It's so funny because I was showing my mom the latest painting I did. Mind you, I do this just for my own spirit, for just the joy that it gives me. That's why I do it. But anyway, I was showing her that, and she's like, you've never shown any interest in painting and things like that. Like, where are you getting this from? And my mom, knows that I practice witchcraft, so that's not a thing. And I basically try to explain to her, and her eyes sort of glaze over whenever I get into these conversations. But I don't know how else to explain it. That's where it is. It has everything to do with magic for me. It has literally everything to do with magic. Now, I forgot to get my bowl with water, so that's something. But I'm gonna get it in a moment. I'm not gonna really worry about it because I just want to keep going. Oops. So we're gonna do the trim now, and I'm gonna use a smaller paintbrush to do the trim. The trim I'm going to go ahead and do in this metallic black. Now, ideally, you want to have like a little palette, oops, excuse me, where you put the paint on. I clearly am not doing it that way because I didn't feel like grabbing. I just wanted to kind of get going with this. So Yeah, do it your way, the right way if you want, or do it my way. It's up to you. The point is just do it. You know, sometimes the worst thing we could do is try to get all, like, and this is just like a metaphor for everything, right? Trying to get all our ducks in a row, make sure everything's right before we pull the trigger on whatever the thing is. And we're wasting time, people. We're wasting time. Just because it looks like sometimes other people have all their ish together before they started their big venture, whatever it was. And you think, oh, well, I got to do that too. No, you don't. And the assumption is they had it all together. They probably didn't. But I'm going to keep saying it, they took the leap and just did it anyway, even though they weren't really, it wasn't, all together like that maybe it should have been, to their standards or whatever those were. They just did what they had to do. So I think we need to kind of do a little bit more of that and not worry so much about, what it looks like or if it's the right decision. Am I moving too fast or, that sort of stuff. Like, don't try not to stress yourself up about that, especially as something as simple as like an art project that has magical meaning. I don't think it helps you to be that way. By the way, this is what we're working with so far. So for the roof, I'm actually going to do something a little different. I want to use some of the black actually for the roof. So this is going to get a little tricky. So I am going to use my little board here for some of the paint, just kind of like a place to dip my paintbrush in, because I don't want to dip my brush directly into this paint. So we don't need a lot, we just need a little bit. And this is acrylic paint that I'm using, by the way. So blobby. I like it. So that's all I need. I'm gonna get this off here. Oh, I gotta be careful with this because it will stick. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe some of this off. I'm gonna use the same brush and get to painting the top. But yeah, I truly don't think everybody always have it together. And I say that to myself often because sometimes I can drive myself a little crazy thinking I have to have things done a certain way. And I'm like, who is judging you, Mika? You're in your head. And that's why I can speak like about this to you with such ease, because I know I do this. Like, it's a problem, guys. It's a problem. Where it's like you're constantly talking yourself out of just pulling the trigger, and you're ready enough, you know enough. So with that being said, not anymore, not this Mika. This Mika is remembering who the heck she is, and she is someone who is literally impatient. So she's not going to keep waiting. And also, which is, hey, transmute that energy, if you are someone who has always been seen as a little bit more impatient and you don't really enjoy waiting for anything really, you know what? Use that energy to your greater good in situations like this, That's what I'm doing. Okay, so we got this. I'm just going to get this little bit right here on the side. See, I don't need very much. That was a big blob that came out. I don't even need all that paint. And so that's this side. So I'm going to finish this side now. Yeah, so yes, fairy magic. Wanting to tap into that and use that energy. I'm all about house spirits, but like I said, I'm just really getting into that. And I just want to speak on this. Actually, one of my coven sisters said this recently, that people kind of make you afraid to work with the fairy energy. Have you noticed that? Oh, well, you have to be careful because when you work, or actually any sort of energy. Oh, well, don't do this. If you set this up, your ancestors and will do this because you didn't do that, or you're doing it the wrong way and you could end up, it's always like some horror story. Like, seriously, so nothing good ever comes from out of this? Or, people have a lot to tell you on all the horrible things that could go wrong. You ever notice that? And listen, people didn't have books and textbooks to read and all that sort of stuff, and they were doing just fine. Now, granted, they have something that I don't have, and that's like, maybe a living elder to kind of walk you through the process of what to do, and not even just walk you through it, but like they live it. So you're watching them live out what to do and how to do it as far as working with faith. So I don't have that per se, but I do believe that my ancestors have my back. I do believe that these spirits are not actively trying to hurt me or F up my life because I want to work with them. I have that belief, so I'm good. I'm good. And guess what? I gave you permission to be good with it too. If you were wondering, if there was some energy you kind of wanted to work with and you weren't sure, because people keep telling you to basically be afraid, go on, do it. Go ahead, you're allowed. If you needed permission, I gave you permission. Remember, what you do in the privacy of your own home and, you know, your magic, that's nobody's business. And, you know, I'm making a point to share this with you guys, and please let me know in the comments if you've done any type of fae working with the fae, you know, letting them in your home or anything like that. I'm very, very curious to know that. Anywho, we have the basics. Look at that. So you notice, I don't know if you can pick up the subtle difference of the sort of metallic-y trim, and then we have the black roof. So yeah, that's the thing I'm doing. So now I'm just going to go ahead and paint the sides. All right, so this is good. Now I'm not worried about the back. I didn't really, you know, it's not going to be seen because this is going to sort of be up against my house, my home. The back is going to be up against, so I'm not really worried about that. So this is pretty much done. I'm going to risk touching it again, and I'm just going to clean up a little bit in the front where I got a little bit of the blue kind of transferred over, and I'm just going to clean that up with this. Whatever's left on this paintbrush. See? We're just cleaning it up. And I'm just, like I said, using whatever's left on the paintbrush. No biggie. So we don't see any of that other color. That's it. And that's done. So this is the house. The next step is I'll let the paint dry. And then we'll paint the doorway on here that represents everything that we're trying to do, which is go ahead and bring in that energy. So we'll be using some of this black paint and maybe a little bit of the white. But yeah, I'm going to take a break, but it'll just be a quick slide for you. Okay, so we are now dealing with a pretty much dry home. So I'm gonna go ahead and just paint the doorway. I still have my paint sitting here. It's acrylic paint. That's one of the cool things about working with acrylic paint. It's just so easy to like work with it like this. Putting a doorway a little off center because I'm going to put a window here and the doorway here, I think. So yeah. So my hand's a little shaky. That's okay. And it goes a little something like this. Okay. So I'm basically just going to fill in the door now with the black paint. So now I'm just going to make like a circular window because I thought that would be cute. And I'm going to just rough hand it. It's not a big deal. Well, you know what? I think I'll do a circle window here and just do a box window here. All right, so we have that. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the white to create a little, you know, a little bit more dimension. Okay, so that's that. So the only other thing I'm going to do is I want to kind of give this door a little bit more aging like effect. So we're going to just like, you know, add a little bit of the white, kind of distress it a little bit. So this is pretty much it. So now I just have to create a handle. And for that, I I went to the store and I got this. This is these. It's actually for doll houses. So I have this. I'm most likely gonna let the paint dry just a tad, but not that it really matters. And then I'm gonna plop this on here. Let me open this up. So it's actually a real door handle. You know, I think that's cute. And it fits my purpose. So all I need was one. It came with two, even came with a key. I thought it was so cute, but here's the little door handle. So I'm just gonna get some glue and go ahead and put it on there. This is it, guys. This is the cottage house. So look at this. It's all set. This is the final thing. It'll dry a little bit more, but it's like the door is weathered. Then I look at it, I'm thinking I should have put something on the door, but I kind of like for it to just be black like that. And no other windows. I could put like a, now I'm thinking like a little wreath, but I think I might, if I want to embellish this seasonally, I could put like different wreaths, like go to the Hobby Lobby in the miniature doll house area, and sometimes they sell little wreaths, and I can kind of switch that out occasionally on here. But this is the house. This is so cute to me. So I got green and blue on this side. We have a black roof chimney and just a slight metallic, so that should pick up the light really cool. But yeah, this is my finished product for my fairy door and my fairy house. So this will go up against my home, and it'll just basically represent that portal and that access for them to be invited into my home and on my space. So thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been inspiring for you to kind of tap into this world. And remember, I'm just saying fairy, so you can say house spirits or any other type of energy you want to welcome in. Maybe you want to provide a doorway or so to do that. Think this can even go on an altar. For me, this will be outside, but it can go on an altar, or it could go by your door, however you want to do it. But this is it. And I think this is so adorable and so cute. And I look forward to having positive experiences from this. So thanks again for watching. I'm Mika. This is Leap Taken. Don't forget, please like, subscribe, or share, and share. And as always, thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.